Hi all. In this video we will be discussing on design of column of size 230 mm by 350 mm and its unsupported length is 1.8 meter, M20 and FE 415 is to be used. Okay, here we need to write the given data first, that is small b is equal to 230 mm, capital D is equal to 350 mm and unsupported length L is equal to 1800 mm, that is 1.8 meter. FCK is equal to 20 Newton per mm square and Fy is equal to 415 Newton per mm square. So here it is to be designed for a load of 1000 kilonewton, factored load of 1000 kilonewton. So here I will be taking Pu is equal to 1000 kilonewton. Okay, whereas here we don't know whether it is a long column or short column, or we don't know whether it is axially loaded, uniaxial or biaxial column. Okay, so here what I will do, okay, I'll be treating this as I'll be checking with L by B, that is nothing but unsupported length to the least lateral dimension. This will be equal to 7.8, which is less than 12. So it indicates a short column, as we have discussed earlier. Okay, if the column L by B ratio of column is less than 12, okay, it will be treated as the short column. Okay, whereas E minimum value L by 500 plus D by 30. Okay, this value should be less than E value, that is nothing but 0.05 times D. Okay, when it is satisfied, then we will be treating this as the axially loaded column or uniaxial column. Okay, it is 1800 divided by 500 plus D is how much? This is 350 divided by 30. Okay, it will be equal to 15.26 mm eccentricity, minimum eccentricities. Okay, whereas this is allowable eccentricity, that is 0.05 times D. It is equal to 0.05 into 350. Okay, it will be equal to how much? 17.5 mm. So E minimum value is less than the allowable eccentricity. That means whatever the eccentricity value is there in the section is less than the allowable eccentricity. That means the whatever the load acting on the section is well within the limit of eccentricity. So this will be treated as axially loaded column. So this will be a short axially loaded column. Okay, in this way you need to check. Okay, suppose if he has not mentioned the type of column, whether it is axially loaded, uniaxial or biaxial, in that case we'll be checking or we'll be calculating the value of eccentricities in this manner. That is only one eccentricity we have calculated. Okay, Ex minimum, Ey minimum both need to be calculated. Okay, here you can check that one also. Okay, in the next problem we'll find out Ex minimum and Ey minimum. Okay, so here will be, now the problem is short axially loaded column. So value of ASC will be equal to Pu minus 0.4 FCK Ag divided by the same equation I am using. It is Pu is equal to something 0.4 FCK Ag minus 0.67 Fy ASC equation I am using here. Okay, I have modified and I am writing the equation 0.67 Fy minus 0.4 FCK. Whatever the equation I am using, here is the given in the IS 456, the same equation, that is Pu is equal to 0.4 FCK Ag minus 0.67 Fy ASC equation I am using. I am modified, and whatever the value of ASC is there I brought here. Okay, same equation I am using here. Okay, when you solve this one, okay, you will be getting value of ASC is equal to how much? 1318.27 mm square. So you need to calculate ASC minimum also. This 0.8% of BD, that is nothing but the equation, whatever the values are there, that is 0.8%. It is given in IS 456 page number 48 of IS 456. When you calculate this one, ASC minimum is equal to Okay, minimum reinforcement required is how much? 644 mm square. Okay, whereas ASC is this one and ASC minimum. Okay, so here what I will do, okay, whatever the ASC value is there which is more than ASC minimum, suppose this value, okay, this value ASC minimum value becomes less than this one, so I'll be going for ASC minimum. Okay, or if ASC is greater than ASC minimum, then I'll be choosing this value. Okay, so when it is get completed, I'll be going for or finding number of bars. Okay, I'll use 16 mm dia, and okay, it is left to use, either you may use 16. Minimum dia of bar for columns is 12. Okay, you can start with 12 also. Okay, if the reinforcement or area is quite high, in that case you may go for 16 mm. Okay, or otherwise what happens, if it is more than 1500 mm, you go for 20 mm. If it is more than 2500, in that case you go for 25 mm. Suppose if it is less than 800, in that case the 12 is also sufficient. 800 to 1500, you may go for the 16 mm dia. Okay, so that you can get the appropriate number of bars. So here it is 1318.27, 1318.27 divided by the area of 1 bar, that is pi by 4, 16 square. Okay, so it will be equal to how much? 6.55. Okay, I am not supposed to take 7 bars because it is a rectangular column. Okay, if you take 7 bars for rectangular column, it will be what? The unsymmetry will occur. So what I will do, I will be taking 8 numbers instead of 6.57 numbers. I will be taking 8 numbers. So I will write a statement, provide 8 numbers of T16 mm dia. Okay, so when it comes to lateral ties, 1/4 of dia of main bar is equal to 1/4 of dia of main bar is how much? 16 mm. This is 4 mm. I am not supposed to take 4 mm. Okay, minimum dia of reinforcement or bar available in the market itself is a 6 mm. So for earthquake resistant structures, okay, you can go for minimum of 8 mm. Okay, so I'll be choosing 8 mm dia. Later you know how to calculate the lateral ties, spacing of lateral ties. First one, 8 mm dia I am using here. First one, the least lateral dimension, that is equal to 230 mm. Second one is 16 times the dia of main bar, it is equal to 256 mm. And third one is 48 times the dia of lateral tie, that is equal to 384 mm. And or otherwise fourth one is 300 mm. Among these 4 values, I must choose the least one, that is 250 mm. So I will be writing statement, provide T8 mm, that is 2-legged T8 mm at 230 mm center to center. Sometimes you need to go for higher legs also. Here you are getting 8 number of bars, then that means, so simply I will drawing, either you may go for 4 legs also. Okay, so I will be drawing this one. So I may tie these bars also. Okay, so this indicates legs 1 2 3 4 legs. Okay, in that case okay, if you are getting more number of bars, you should tie those bars using the rings. Okay, here 8 bars I got. For 4 bars you can go for the only 2 legs. Here we have the 8 main bars. Okay, 1 2 3 4, whatever red dots are there, these are the bars of 16 mm dia. Okay, so green color is stirrup. Okay, in this way we will be calculating the size of or the reinforcement for the column. Okay, either you may provide 2-legged, or especially if you want to make the sections quite the stable, in that case you should go for the more lateral legs or lateral tie legs. Okay, here 1 2 3 4. Okay, every bar to be tied by the reinforcement. Suppose there are 6 bars. Okay, for example, suppose there are 6 bars. here column is there, there is a stirrup, here we have provided the reinforcement, 6 bars we have provided. Here in this case I'll be using the link for these things. Okay, suppose if I have, okay, if in especially in this column, if we have the 10 number of bars, for example 10 number of bars are there, number of bars are there. In this case I'll be providing 5 legs. Okay, this is 1 2 3 4 5 legs. Okay, if there are 12 you can go for the more legs. Okay, in this case if there are 12 bars you go for 6 legs. Okay, like that you will be increasing the legs based on the die of bar given. Okay, in this way you will be calculating the eccentricity and will be finding whether it is axially loaded column, uniaxial column. Later we will design the column accordingly and lateral ties and the arrangement. Okay, so this is all about analysis of analysis and design of the column under the applied force. Okay, until then, okay, next in next video we'll be discussing on, we'll be designing a circular column. Okay, until then, thank you.